gentlemen, welcome to the most electrifying place here at the auto show. Chevrolet is home of the 2011 Volt, a revolutionary vehicle that provides up to 40 miles of gasoline-free and emission-free electric driving, plus features an extended range engine generator, providing you hundreds of additional miles. Chevrolet is leading the way to a new era of automobile by creating an entirely new class of vehicle that is known as the Extended Range Electric Vehicle, or EREV for short. The Volt is unlike anything else in production today. The Volt uses battery power alone to propel the wheels at all times and all speeds for trips up to 40 miles. How is this different than a hybrid? A hybrid will use a combination of a gas engine and an electric motor to propel the wheels. We originally unveiled the Volt at the North American International Auto Show in 2007 as a concept vehicle. The vehicle you see here is a production intent model. This vehicle, as you can tell, its design is stunning, but it's also extremely aerodynamic. In fact, this vehicle here is one of the most aerodynamic vehicles ever produced in GM's history. Our engineers have spent hundreds of hours with the Volt in a wind tunnel testing it, ensuring that it would in fact, again, deliver up to 40 miles of gasoline-free and emission-free driving. So very quickly, I'll point out some of the aerodynamic features. For example, up front, you'll notice it does feature a closed grille and has a rounded front fascia. Bless you. What it does is allows the air to move easily around the vehicle. The aggressive rake on the windshield and the back glass help to reduce drag. And in the back of the Volt, this specially designed rear spoiler and these sharp edges, what this does is it pushes the air off and away from the vehicle quickly. We use special low rolling resistant tires that are mounted on an 18-inch forged aluminum wheel, and that of course helps with efficiency. Now, as I said earlier, the Volt is unlike anything else in production today. For trips up to 40 miles, the Volt relies solely on its energy that is stored inside its 16 kilowatt lithium-ion battery pack. Once most of that energy has been depleted, an extended range engine generator creates electricity and sends it directly to the electric propulsion system while maintaining the small charge left in the battery. The extended range engine generator creates let me back up. It does operate on gasoline, but again, unlike a hybrid, all it's doing is creating electricity, sending it directly to that electric propulsion system. It's not charging the battery, but it's maintaining that charge. Bottom line, you will never have range anxiety with the Volt. You'll never be worried that you're going to be stranded somewhere with a depleted battery. To charge the Volt, it's simple. You can plug it into a standard 110 volt outlet. That's going to take roughly 8 hours to charge. Or you can charge it on a 220 volt outlet, which would take 3 hours to charge. Now here's the great news. The national average cost to charge the Volt is $1. $1 up to 40 miles. Now let's compare that to a conventional gasoline-powered vehicle so that you can truly see the savings. A conventional gasoline-powered vehicle is going to cost you 12 cents per mile to operate. On the Volt, it costs you just over 2 cents per mile to operate. So for the commuter who commutes 40 miles or less per day, that gives you an annual savings right there of $1,500. And as far as energy consumption is concerned, we anticipate that charging the Volt daily will consume less energy than the home's average refrigerator or freezer unit. This 5-door sedan features spirited driving. The electric propulsion system has an equivalent of 150 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of instantaneous torque. Plus, this front-wheel drive 5-door sedan can reach a top speed of 100 miles per hour. Now, before you open the doors, let me ask you a question. Think about your own daily commute. How far is it back and forth to work? Can you run your everyday errands without burning a single drop of gas or producing any emissions? 75% of American commuters answered yes to those questions. So just for the fun of it, use your trip odometer next week. Keep track of how far you commute in one day. That way you can see how driving the Volt will benefit not just you, but also our environment. Inside of the Volt, you'll find space and comfort for 4 passengers. It is a 4-passenger sedan because that 16 kilowatt lithium-ion battery pack I mentioned earlier, that extends through the center of the vehicle and ends underneath the back seat. So it does not intrude into your cargo area. That's all usable cargo space. And on the production model, the back seats will fold down, giving you even more cargo room. The interior is extremely quiet. Obviously, lack of engine noise as well as the sound deadening materials we use on the Volt. Will feature modern technology inside the Volt. For example, these two screens you see here, they will be standard. The first one's a driver configurable LCD. That'll display how much energy you have left in the battery, how much gas you have on board, your speedometer as well as your odometer. In the center, it will be a touchscreen infotainment center. That'll display your radio controls, your climate controls. It'll also be where you'll set the vehicle up to charge. So, for example, if Monday through Friday you leave every morning at 7 a.m. and you're charging on a 220-volt outlet, you can set it up so that the Volt Smart Charging System will delay the charge to 4 a.m. That way, if you live in an off-peak area, you can increase your savings. And of course, you can always override that if you need to drive it that evening. Now, speaking of charging, we recently unveiled a new application that uses the OnStar satellite system to communicate with the vehicle to provide real-time information. So, for example, right now it's showing us that the Volt is fully charged. We have up to 40 miles on battery power alone. We can commute an additional 300 miles because we have a full tank of gas. It's showing us our lifetime mileage. We can unlock the doors, lock the doors, flash the lights, honk the horns. We can start the vehicle from this application. And I want to elaborate a little bit more on that. When you're plugged in and you start the vehicle, it can recondition the cab using clean energy from the grid as opposed to using your battery. You can override the charge. So again, if you wanted to go out that evening while you're getting ready, hit a button, it'll start to charge immediately, provided the vehicle is plugged in. And then my personal favorite on this application is notification. To be honest, we're busy, you may forget to plug in. So you specify the time, and this application will send you a text and or an email letting you know you forgot to plug it in. You can be notified if the charge is complete, as well as if the charge has been interrupted. This, ladies and gentlemen, is technology beyond the battery. And the Volt e-Rev is symbolic to Chevrolet's strong commitment to the future. Main benefits include reduced petroleum consumption and energy diversification. The Volt's just one more shining example of how Chevrolet is going gas-friendly to gas-free. Do you know that Chevrolet has more models than any other manufacturer that deliver 30 miles per gallon or better on the highway? We have vehicles that are capable of running on E85, like our Impala right here. We have hybrids, like our Tahoe or Silverado, and available only in fleet, our Malibu hybrid. And for the past almost 2 years, we've been testing over 100 Equinox fuel cell vehicles in the largest test market ever conducted. The Volt will begin production this November. It is a 2011 model year. It will be built in Hamtramck, Michigan, and the battery pack will be built in Brownstown, Michigan. I know pricing is a #1 question, and Chevrolet has not officially announced pricing on the Volt, but please continue to check our website at Chevy.com for updates. And by the way, there will be a $7,500 tax credit available from the federal government. Now at this time, if you have any questions about the Volt or any one of our great products, Sarah or I will be more than happy to answer them. I'd like to personally thank you for stopping by, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy the rest of your time here at the Chicago International Auto Show.
There you have it, the Chevrolet Volt. Look for it soon at Rundy Auto Group.